Jay-Z on the Rocks, Rockfest 2026, Amplify Your Soul, backstage once again with a band that's performing tonight on the Boneyard stage, that being Drop Dead Gorgeous. I have Stills from the band, and first of all, Stills, great to meet you. First time you and I have had a chance to talk, and I like to always kind of start out our interviews as kind of how this band and our project came about. I'm very curious because I think when you guys were younger, you were out and about making music, you took a little break, and now you're back again. So I'd really love to hear the story about it.
Yeah, I mean, our band started off pretty early. I was like 19. We had our drummer and guitar player were like 15. So we started touring early. Toured for about 7 years or something like that. And, just kind of felt like we needed to take a break for a while. So we took some time off, did some other projects and everything, and probably the last 5 years we were kind of playing with the notion of coming back, but we were all just busy with other things and it never really came to fruition. I broke my ankle and I had a lot of downtime, and so that was a good time to kind of put it all together. And we had our first show last year in December, and it went really well, so we're let's make some new music. And it's an interesting thing to make new music after 15 years off. But
I was going to ask that. That's my question, I guess. I didn't know you guys 15 years ago. So what was your style of music 15 years ago, and how has that evolved, maybe changed to today?
15 years ago, we were a lot younger, so it was not really. It was kind of just controlled chaos. We didn't really put it together like we do now. We had a lot of heavy influences, and I came from kind of a more pop background, or I guess pop punk or something like that.
Right.
And kind of infused that into Drop Dead Gorgeous, because that was my first screaming project, so I kind of just learned to scream on the fly, and I think all that combined made it kind of interesting. And technology was different then than it is now. So nowadays, there's a lot more electronic influences. 15 years ago, we had keyboards and stuff, but it wasn't nearly as polished as it is nowadays with laptops and stuff. So our newer stuff, we have the ability to demo things and almost get a finished product, before we even step in the studio. So.
Well, I don't even know 15 years ago, because that's already dating it. But at that time, were you sending files to each other, or is that how it is nowadays? Because back in the old days, you got in a garage and you played. It's not like that way anymore.
No, I mean 15 years ago we wrote way different. It was all in the same room, and we literally played it live with each other, and had to, it was so loud, feedback everywhere, in a basement, and nowadays we do send demos back and forth. Our first two records, and 15 years ago, we literally had never heard our songs recorded until we went into the studio, which is a good and a bad thing. Nowadays you can get such a polished demo, you find yourself having so many choices that you overthink it, or you can take something that's raw with a lot of emotion, and then you can suck the life out of it really easily. So it's just a little different. And when you're writing separately, it's a lot different than when you're writing in a room collectively. We always bring it into the studio now, and we kind of tweak it together, whereas we always before would kind of come up with the song collectively together. So
15 years ago, I'm assuming you still have some of the same members from then to now. I guess what is the status, I guess, of the members of the band from then to now?
So right now it's about half of the band is original. So we have the original drummer, Cooper, and our bass player, Jake. One of our guitar players passed away a few years ago before we were able to reform. So, so we have a new guitar player. His name's River, that Cooper met and played in some other bands with him. So we got him, and we used to have a keyboard player. He's no longer in the band. We have an old guitar player that we kind of keep in touch with, but yeah.
talk about, obviously, the sound that you guys are going for now. I mean, I've heard a few of the songs we've spun. Burn, obviously, and 94 Rocks. We're spinning Cyanide right now, your latest song. I know you had, I think, a song before that, and 6 Feet in that. I guess kind of give us a little bit of the taste or what direction you're going with this music.
I think, it's hard when you take a 15-year break and you come back. You don't want to be the band that like literally tries to just write the same songs they had 15 years ago. I don't think that ever works for anybody. So we've kind of all progressed. We listen to a lot of different kinds of music, and our tastes have changed over the years. Like being, getting closer to 40 versus 19 is a huge difference musically. So a huge difference. So I'd say we're kind of probably leaning in the more melodic direction. But we do still have, we still try to incorporate some of those, more raw, heavy influences. Production is different now, too, so we still have the synth and things like that. But there's also modern production stuff that we'll sprinkle in there as well, because why not? Everybody does it, and it's just fun, so.
When I heard Burn for the first time, I heard a little undertone, actually, of a little Noah Sebastian there from Bad Omens. Did that have any influence at all, I guess, on that song? Or it's just kind of what I heard a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, Bad Omens was a band that, obviously, they're newer, so
yes.
I definitely really like Bad Omens, and we definitely listen, to some of their records and stuff, and yeah, I mean, how could you not be influenced by Bad Omens if you're making if you're in this heavy rock scene?
So rock radio, let's talk about that a little bit. I don't know if you got, as you mentioned, did you get much play back 15 years ago on rock radio? And today, obviously, you're getting some spins on stations nationwide, probably even worldwide. Talk about that a little bit, and maybe the difference from then to now, where things are at on the rock radio side with you guys.
Yeah, Drop Dead never, I don't think, ever had any radio play. The earlier stuff, there wasn't a lot of choruses, really. Our structure was kind of not radio friendly. Okay. And we satellite radio wasn't a thing, and we just never really broke into that heavy rock scene. We didn't play a lot of festivals either, where it's just kind of a good opportunity to get that radio type of exposure. So we were kind of more underground, like the MySpace scene, the Warped Tour kind of thing. And now it's different, though. There's a lot of stations, and having a label that's interested in that too. Like our earlier labels, just that never really was a goal for them. So I think combination of the label we're on now, Artery Recordings, and then also just having songs that are more radio friendly has given us more opportunity.
It's funny you say radio friendly, and I think actually radio has gotten more friendly to artists like you rather than your songs being friendly to the radio. I've been around in this for 30 plus years, and you wouldn't hear the Screamo songs that you heard even 10, 12 years ago, but we as programmers are definitely changing that, and I think it's helping artists like you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a huge part of it as well. Like our earlier stuff, maybe in today's day and age, maybe would have crossed into the radio scene a little bit, but back in the day that just wasn't a thing. I mean, you had bands maybe like The Used that would cross over onto alt radio, but it's cool that people are more into the heavier music, more open-minded.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about future and that with you guys. Obviously, as we mentioned, we're spinning Cyanide right now. Albums, new music, touring. Where are we at with all that here the rest of 2026?
So we have a couple more festival dates coming up. We're doing a Long Beach Warped Tour. We have Aftershock we're doing in September. I think in November we're doing Orlando Warped Tour. We're doing a headliner in Denver. That's gonna be our 20-year anniversary for our first album, In Vogue. And we're still writing some new music. We have some unreleased stuff as well. So we're gonna continue working on that.
Very cool. And you mentioned Denver, so are you a sports fan from any of the Denver teams at all or not?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'm the biggest Broncos fan.
Okay.
then probably the Avs, Avalanche, and then the Nuggets. I like the Rockies, but they're not competitive. So we're pretty lucky to have 3 pretty good teams out of 4 that are getting competitive. We we love Bo Nix, and we finally have a quarterback, so hopefully we'll have a good year, make it to the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm sorry that you had to beat the Wild, I guess, but and then have to get beat by Vegas. I was a little surprised that you got beat 4 straight.
Me too. I couldn't even believe it. The Avs tend to underperform in the playoffs. Like, we have all the players, and then we didn't have to play Dallas this year, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. You beat us, but you didn't have to beat them. So, give us a fun fact about you that maybe people don't know about Stills and the band Drop Dead Gorgeous. I know it's just one of those quick random questions, but
yeah, I mean, for me, I really like history. It's probably not something you'd probably guess about me.
Okay.
And Drop Dead Gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, we started. The way the band started is it was our guitar player and our drummer. I met the guitar player at a show, and like I said, I'd never screamed before, and they're like, we need a screamer. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I was coming from a completely different background, so yeah.
Cool, very cool. All right, I don't know if you're a drinker or not. If you're not a drinker, that's fine. If you are a drinker, that's great. But since we're on Jay-Z on the Rocks, I always like to ask what your favorite cocktail is, or mocktail. So if you're a cocktail person, what is that? If you're a mocktail, what is in your mocktail?
I definitely like cocktails. Honestly, I do honestly just like good whiskey on the rocks, like a good,
just simple
good whiskey. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Hey, festival tonight, playing on the Boneyard stage. What are you most excited about, I guess, for this tonight here, especially for new fans to get a chance to hear you?
I mean, we're excited to play the new songs. We've worked on them for a long time, and we've been playing a couple shows with them, and it's just fun to kind of just like give to see like new fans as well as old fans and see how they react to it, and we're just excited.
Awesome. Stills, it's great to meet you, and I wish you the best of luck on the stage tonight, and looking forward to seeing the direction of you and your band are going in the future. I think you've got a great future on rock radio.
Yes, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Once again, that's Stills from the band Drop Dead Gorgeous. I'm Jay-Z on the Rocks.